feeling ill does kind of set the mood. You know, where you're like, I'm not feeling well. See, and the fifth one was Hurricane Rita in 2005, 895 millibars. And this. Okay, so the edit part was not really something I want to go for. But fastest. Nah, not really. Hold on a minute. Okay, right now this is what the National Hurricane Center has been predicting in terms of rainfall. Oh well, although this is from the Weather Prediction Center, that Hurricane Melissa in the next 2 days will produce an additional rainfall in Jamaica, right at the impact zone where it exited the island nation, of around 8 to 12 inches of rain or 200 to 300 millimeters of rain. Throughout the rest of the island, an estimate of right around 2 to 6 inches of rain throughout the rest of the island. But going into southeastern Cuba, they could receive just as much as an additional 12 to 16 inches of rain over there. Then after that, it'll go through the southern chain of the Bahamas. Turks and Caicos would not be spared in terms of the rain, but yet it'll get just about 2 to 4 inches of rain, somewhat depending on the exact path and the width of the storm. Yeah, while it goes through Cuba and then out into the Bahamas. Let me see. Yeah, it really feels like it does. But this was issued as of 9 p.m. UTC or 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which was 2 hours ago. And these are the valid times from, let's say, 6 p.m. UTC, which translates to 2 p.m. Today to, okay, that was midnight Halloween, which means that it'll be up until 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Thursday. And the next update will happen at 8 in the morning Eastern Daylight Time tomorrow. Let's check for rip currents. Because of Melissa, there will be a high risk of rip currents anywhere from from the Palm Coast of Florida all the way up to Norfolk in Virginia. That's as of today, though, but yet it might be a separate thing. Because right now, I mean, we do have an area of low pressure that's completely different from Melissa. It's actually an upper latitude type of low. But let me check. Might as well just go back just a little bit. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, I need to go back. But let's check the waves right now. Okay. The waves right now. Okay, so all over the island, the waves are around around 8 to 20 feet, depending on where the exact position of the storm's located, especially the eye of the storm. But all I know is that there was just so much storm surge in places like Kingston, all the way to Alligator Pond and Black River. Black River had sustained so much destruction. But even though Jamaica and Cuba have been getting a lot of rain, but they're not the only ones. Cuba, Haiti, and parts of the Dominican Republic have been getting rainfall as well. Yeah, yeah, I'm not like interested in that topic. Ugh, they won't even show me what's going on in the Caribbean. Yeah, I'm a little lost though. Yeah, because Windy.com hasn't really done much. I mean, Radar Omega, unfortunately, just won't allow me to check on their rainfall accumulation. I mean, right now, I'm just looking for the right information. I mean, these are just climate stuff, folks. I deeply apologize for all this. But what I'm trying to do, folks, is that I'm trying to find the right map that would display what how much rainfall that had happened in the past. Nope. Not what I meant to do, folks. Not what I meant to do. It has to come from raw data. I'm not interested in monthly stuff. Okay. Might as well just go ahead and check what's going to happen with Melissa by the time it exits the Gulf, the Gulf, no, the Caribbean, and then out into the Atlantic. Let me just change the regions right now. Okay, so let's try the upper part of the atmosphere first, and then we will check on the other models, and then we'll check on the surface as well. And then, of course, I've already done the rainfall accumulation, but also to check on the weather that's related to Melissa. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, starting off right here. Let's just pretend that this is right now. Okay, so let's play the map real quick. Okay, so using the GFS model at the upper part of the atmosphere, the current setup is that there is an upper level low just located over Pennsylvania, and a trough just over the Great Plains, and an upper level high just located over right near Hudson Bay. And what is this going to do? Okay, now let's go to 24 hours. And Melissa is going to be heading over towards the central and the southern parts of the Caribbean, the chain islands, the Bahamas. Then you get this upper level low. Now let's see what we got. Okay, so you get this two areas of trough. They converge into one, and it looks like as though that they are joining forces. This upper level low coming from the Great Plains would start digging in. Then you have this upper level high to the east of Melissa. And what's it going to do? Is it going to bring up north like what Superstorm Sandy did? Absolutely not. This is nothing like Superstorm Sandy. And the reason why, it's because if it were just like Superstorm Sandy, then Melissa would threaten the East Coast and make a left turn here. That was the case almost exactly 13 years ago. I ended up experiencing Superstorm Sandy. The fact that that happened proved that we needed to change the way that we would classify Sandy, whether if it was a hurricane or that it morphed into a superstorm. All I'm saying, folks, is that whether if it was a hurricane or not, it was truly, truly devastating. It had something like a hurricane, but it was definitely not a hurricane. By the time, just before Sandy made landfall in Atlantic, in like Cape May, New Jersey, the Hurricane Sandy stopped being a hurricane, and once it merged with an area of low pressure in the upper part of the atmosphere, that is, it lost its tropical characteristics, and thus became a superstorm, because it had a similar characteristic as a tropical hurricane, but the fact that this upper level low made Superstorm Sandy lose its. Well, sorry about that, folks. The fact that Superstorm Sandy merged with an upper level low just proved that it lost its tropical characteristics, and then even that didn't stop Sandy from causing a hurricane-like destruction, and everything else that followed. Yeah, loss of lives, loss of property damage, and such. And it was one of the most costliest. I wouldn't call it a hurricane, but one of the costliest natural disasters in U.S. history. But, however, some future storms surpassed Sandy, but not even. But it didn't even surpass Katrina anyway. Yeah, 7 years earlier. Alright, so let's see what we got for Melissa, though. In the next 24 hours after that, by Thursday night, this trough starts moving slightly east, and this upper level high would stick around, but it'll end up kicking Melissa out into the open waters, affecting possibly Bermuda. But by Friday night, though, it's going to move